Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. Kind of mixed with the weather today. We've got those clouds coming in. I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. On our show today, we have Supervisor Todd Spitzer. He's supervisor, I believe it's the 4th District up in Anaheim area. However, he is on because he's running for the office of District Attorney here in Orange County, and he is going to sit down with Lisa Hart and talk all about that. Also from L12 Pharmacy, we have a couple guests on, and I think we had them on. We had Christine on not long ago. She's the pharmacist there, but we also have the co-owner, and you'll get to meet her as well. Then Lisa had a chance to go out to Newport Beach Country Club, that Toshiba Classic, that seniors golf tour. I think they call it now the Classics Tour, right? But they start playing there in a couple weeks, and it's a wonderful venue. I think they all remodeled that whole area, the clubhouse there. It's really nice. Also today, we have a couple ladies from the Garden Club, and they do have an event coming up in about a week. However, their annual garden show is coming up at the end of April. They brought along some beautiful plants and flowers to show us and talk about how you can get involved with that garden show. So that should be a lot of fun, and it's amazing. The gardeners here in Laguna Woods are fantastic. I mean, they really are. All right, now I'm going to tell you all about the meetings that are coming up today. Now, the first one are really the traffic hearings, not a meeting, and there's 2 of them. 9 o'clock will be in the boardroom, 1 o'clock in the Cypress Room, and I believe that if you have a notice to go to one of those, it tells you what time. Then the Thrive Project Task Force in the Cypress Room, that will be at 9:30 today. At 1:30, Finance with GRF. Their committee will be meeting in the boardroom. And then the 3rd, Mutual New Resident Orientation. This one you have to RSVP for. It is at 6 o'clock tonight, but they don't list the room that they're in because it depends how many people will attend. Here's the number, 949-268-2337. All right, so if you want to attend that, please give them a call. And now let's take a look at the weather. And I told you yesterday, today was going to be a little bit of a transition day. If you've been outside, first of all, because we have the clouds coming in, it was, at our house, it was 12 degrees warmer today. We were 44. Yesterday, we were 32. And it's still going to be cool today. We're only going to go up to the upper 50s or so. But I told you about some rain that could come in. This is a really little system coming in. And the chance of rain for Southern California, for Orange County, let me get out of the way, you can see that, will be evening rain tomorrow. And it's not going to be as stormy as our little animated cloud shows, but there is a chance, I want to say evening rain tomorrow, of maybe about 20% of light rain coming in. That will spill over to 10% on Friday in the morning. Then partly cloudy in the morning, and then will become mostly clear as we get to the late afternoon and evening. And then look at the, Saturday and Sunday. We are going to be very nice, warmer on those days, fairly mild in the mid-60s. If anything, on Sunday, I might be a little low there. It might be a couple degrees warmer than that. Let's look around the county and beyond. And chance of drizzle on Thursday, as I said. And you can see everything is about where we were yesterday. I want to call it maybe about average of 3 degrees warmer in certain areas, as you can see. North OC, that's the Anaheim area and all, about 62. Everywhere else in the upper 50s. And Big Bear only 31 today, and Palm Springs only 63 today. So overall, not too bad today. We'll see if we get any drizzle tomorrow evening into maybe Friday morning. If we get anything at all, it's not going to be too much, but it's better than nothing. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi everybody, I'm Sean Thomas. Sports Talk. Come join me here every Thursday morning at 11:30 a.m. for sports news, highlights, and interviews for all of Laguna Woods and around the world. Put it on your calendar. It's a great way to start your day with me and the Sports Talk way.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
Trying to figure out which of our possessions are valuable can be a challenge. For 35 years, we have worked and consulted with our friends in Laguna Woods to help organize their possessions and heirlooms. South Bay Jewelry has established trust to organize your possessions and heirlooms, guiding you with your most valuable items to help decide what to sell and appraise and preserve your legacy. South Bay Jewelry, next door to OPA in Aliso Viejo.
Don't let spine, knee, or hip pain get in the way of your day-to-day activities. Find yourself back on the golf course or continue playing with your grandchildren pain-free. With the latest advancements in stem cell treatment techniques, we can transform the way you look and feel today. I'm Dr. Bidai, a double board certified pain management specialist. Stop by or call our office today to see if you're a candidate for stem cell therapy.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Hi, welcome back. We have Supervisor Todd Spitzer here with us, who's running our candidacy for Orange County District Attorney. Thank you for being here.
It's so great to be here.
Well, thanks. It's very interesting to see you again after all these years. You've been up to so many things.
Well, you know, people forget I've been elected in this county for over 25 years. So I know the viewers, I'm going to say my age in a second. I'm 57, so everybody's going to go, oh, you know, he's such a youngster. Yeah, we'd love to be 57 again. But I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. And people, I want to remind people that when we were fighting about what was going to happen at El Toro, Laguna Woods was going to be in the approach corridor, and it was going to, the jets were going to destroy this community. Both my grandparents lived here at a gate 8, and obviously I'm a fighter. I've always been a fighter. I've always been a champion, whether I was a school board member or a member of the state legislature. Mm-hmm. And so I'm running for district attorney because, one, I was a prosecutor. So I've handled thousands of cases, you know, drug dealers, sex offenders, bank robberies, human trafficking. I've done every kind of case. I've handled over 100 jury trials to verdict. So I'm extremely well experienced both as an assistant district attorney and a deputy district attorney. Mm-hmm. But I'm running for Orange County now because I'm very, very concerned about what's happening here in terms of issues in our county.
Right, so talk about some of those issues. For instance, there's some crime going on right now in Laguna Woods.
Well, you just had a shooting. You just had a shooting here last week.
Right.
Horrible, tragic situation, right? A person who allegedly was having some mental issues, mm-hmm. and took shots at people, and he was killed by deputies. That kind of thing in a small community of 18,000 people, it devastates a community because within these walls of Laguna Woods, people think they know and they want that they moved here to have a certain quality of life. Right. The district attorney is supposed to protect that. But what people need to understand is violent crime within the walls of the city of Laguna Woods is up almost 50%. Violent crime is out of control. And we need to talk about that. We need to stop it. And you need a district attorney who's going to do something about it. Your property crimes are up almost 20%. People are coming over the walls here now to steal from residents here.
Right.
People living here already feel vulnerable for all kinds of reasons, financial and everything else. They might have kids who are trying to take their estates, right? There's fraud going on. Right. It's very vulnerable to be a senior and not feel like you're being protected. So people like me are responsible for protecting the community, and that's why I'm running for district attorney. That kind of crime is completely unacceptable.
So, for instance, what are some things that you think you could change regarding that?
Well, first of all, you need to educate the community against fraud. You need to let seniors know, for example, about the kinds of things, the scams that go on, because people tend to be very vulnerable. Like they tend to think that why would anybody want to steal from them while they're getting stolen from, right? Contractors and the like. So we will have a very intensive program working in conjunction with the community and the city council to educate seniors against that. In terms of violent crime and property crime, we need to lock up the people who are committing these crimes. We know who they are. They used to be in prison and jail, but through a lot of liberal policies, we have a lot of criminals living on our streets like never before. You need a district attorney in Orange County who's been a real leader in the state of California to speak out against these policies. I've done that as a state legislator. I've done that as a school board member. I did it as a prosecutor, and now I want to do it as a district attorney.
Okay, and then there's a couple of other things that we talked about. I know here in Laguna Woods, we've been experiencing some homelessness that's going on just outside of Moulton and Ridge Route. You have a lot of experience with homelessness in Anaheim.
Yeah, I mean, this is live, so I mean, just so it's relevant, right? This is not delayed. So I mean, just yesterday, and it's on the front page of the Register and the Times, I'm the lead supervisor clearing out the Santa Ana riverbed. So the question is, why is that important in this community? Well, first of all, you have enclaves of homeless people living all throughout the county. If we don't stop this encampments, they grow and they spread, and then these individuals go into our backyards, into our homes, into our cars. Car theft is up 40% in our county, okay? They need a DA in this county where the homeless folks and everybody else says, look, I'm gonna get into programs and services, I'm gonna get help, because I know if I steal people's things in Orange County or Laguna Woods, Todd Spitzer's gonna prosecute me and I'm going to jail. That's the message that we don't have today in Orange County. People have to know if Todd Spitzer's in charge, they're going to jail.
So has that been effective for you in Anaheim?
It's very effective. I mean, as a result of, we had a court order, the judge lifted it. I've been in his court, I've been arguing in front of the judge. I've been with Judge Carter, he's a federal district judge, every day. I was there yesterday morning, I was there last night. And I know David Carter, just a little inside. He married me and my wife 21 years ago. I'm a friend of his, but in this regard, he's a judge and he has a job to do, but he respects me. He knows that I've been in this community for 20 years, and if I give him my word we're gonna do something, like clear the riverbed, but get people services who want services, he can trust that I'm gonna do that. That needs to happen throughout our county. If you allow these homeless encampments to establish themselves and grow, you've gotta stamp them out. You've gotta get rid of them. You cannot let people camp in our parks and all these different, under bridges and things like that. If you do that, it completely deteriorates our community.
Well, exactly, and we want to keep it looking really nice
Absolutely.
all the time, right?
I mean, property values, that's why I started about the airport. I know my grandparents, after they passed, I mean, their home was passed through their estate. The value of that home is important. These kinds of things, airports, crime, it devalues property. I don't know anybody watching this that doesn't want to preserve their estate for their family or others or whatever. It's my job to protect the quality of life so that people's value of property and their possessions remains intact.
Okay. Talk about your campaign and kind of where you go from here.
Well, we're in full campaign mode, and you know, it's one of the reasons I'm here today. I think once I refresh people's memories about who I am, your viewers, they're going to go, oh yeah, that's Todd Spitzer. That's the guy that helped stop the airport. Or that's Todd Spitzer, used to be a prosecutor. My peers, when I was a prosecutor in the DA's office, they voted me outstanding prosecutor because they know that I'm effective. Everywhere I've gone in my career, I've been blessed, but I have certain talents and skills and energy. And people like me need to be in public office. We need to be voted in so that we can actually protect the public. So I think I have this reputation throughout the community, and that's why I want to continue to protect the public. I've made a pledge that I'm not going to stay, I'll stay no more than 3 terms. I think by the time I'm 65, 68, I should hand this off to a successor. The incumbent's been in that office for 20 years, and he wants another 4 years. The Seal Beach mass shooting in the Salon Meritage Seal Beach, he lost that case. The death penalty was botched because they cheated. He's been found to systemic corruption within the DA's office. They've had sexual harassment allegations sustained by the grand jury. I mean, we're at a point, front page Register today. Front page, there's a homeless picture, front page column. It says that the DAs are not trusted in Orange County. It used to be when I practiced as a lawyer practicing law, your handshake, your word meant something. We need to return that civility back to the prosecution of crime in our county.
It sounds very impressive and an awful lot of work ahead of you, I think,
a lot of
right?
work, but I mean, look at me. That's what I do. I'm happy to work, and I'm so proud and humbled to have the right to have the voters elect me to office. I've never lost an election, and it's because I think I go to work every day, work hard, and try to protect the public.
Excellent, excellent. If somebody wanted to participate with your campaign, what should they do?
This is my name, toddspitzer.com.
Okay.
And if they go to my website, they can volunteer. If people want to put up yard signs, we'll deliver them inside the gate with permission. I don't know what the HOA rules. There's probably some crazy rules, but we, volunteers, phone calls. We're looking for people to help. I'd love to have the senior community help me.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
All
It's
right,
very
thank you so
nice to meet you and
Pleasure.
see you here.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be right back after this.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Life changes, but your routine doesn't have to. With Coastal Medical Alert, you are never alone. With Coastal Medical Alert, there are no hidden fees, setup fees, and your installation and activation of your device are absolutely free.
Coastal Medical Alert is a wonderful thing to have, and I wouldn't be without it.
Coastal Medical Alert, proudly serving the Laguna Woods community. Call today for more information.
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sales services.
Well, I have the pleasure of having a couple folks from El Toro Pharmacy. One of them you've met already. That is Christine Darcy. She is the pharmacist and pharmacy manager. Nice to have you back.
Thank you, Ken, for having me.
And you brought along the co-owner. We have Angeli Ozo, right?
Yes.
It's fantastic that you got to be here today. You've owned it for about 6 months. Yes. And what a nice thing that you were able to come by. And it's always good to meet the owners of these places as well. And I understand that not too long ago, you had a grand opening. So we're going to show that. We got about a minute video clip here that we're going to show. So let's watch that and we'll come right back to you.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for attending this. It's a real special event for us, and we really do appreciate you coming out. We are absolutely about the community, so everything we do is centered around that. The pharmacy's been around for almost 50 years, I believe, so even though this is not an official opening, it is our reopening, and it really is a symbol of our renewed commitment to the community and the service and support that we'll be giving you. It's always a cliche saying that the community is a bit of an extension of our family, but that's honestly the way that we do feel. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure that we care for them as a family and look after them with everything from preventative wellness to mobility to everything that we have that we service you with. This is my partner, Ashley.
A little bit shy. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who came. I'm just so honored with everyone's presence, and everyone in Laguna Hills and Laguna Woods Village has been so welcoming to us. We can't really ask for anything better, and we really do want to be here to support you guys. So any way that we can do that, please let us know. I know we're a little bit newer, but we are definitely here for everyone that is here for us today. So thank you so much.
Well, you can see that opened about a month ago. As far as the grand opening goes, I know you folks have been open for about 6 months, am I right? So I have to ask you, Angeli, how did you come about owning a pharmacy?
So I've actually been in the pharmacy industry for 11 years now, but I've been in the pharmacy world since I was a little girl. So it's always been my dream to come back into the community, own a pharmacy, and be able to be here for the community in a different way that the chain pharmacies are unable to do so.
Right,
just basically.
I was going to say, I agree with that, yes.
Yeah, so we're able to give a personal touch to each and every single patient that comes into our pharmacy, and we offer the free deliveries every single day to everyone in the Laguna Woods Village. We actually do free shipping, so if you want to come in, we can go ahead and get that medication to your door.
Yeah, that is nice, and you hit the mark right there when you say you're a family-owned pharmacy versus the big chain pharmacies, and there is a huge, huge difference.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Christine, you've been with us before, and nice to have you back again.
Thank you.
You're a pharmacist, also the pharmacy manager for El
Yes.
Toro, right?
Yes, I am.
And along with that, you get concerned about when these flu viruses go around,
Yes.
and I know you've probably seen a lot of different people. So we're going to talk about that today. It has been just a tremendous flu season. And my first question that I have on that is, many of us, many months ago, meaning if we were proactive, and our company that we work for here got the vaccination. This was probably, I don't know, maybe October, something like that. And one of the first things people talk about when they hear, oh, everybody's getting the flu, and unfortunately there's been a lot of deaths involved, they're going, wait, we got the vaccinated. So tell me about the vaccination that was originally given out, and they're still given out, and how that helps out. But on the other hand, sometimes it kind of misses the mark, and there's reasons for that, right?
Yes, so this season's flu vaccine is about 30 to 36% effective. It doesn't mean you shouldn't get it. It still gives you a fighting chance. It is a choice, though, that you should make after you find out about what's happening around us.
Yeah.
So the flu vaccine has a flu zone high dose for people over 65.
Okay.
And there's a standard flu vaccine that is for younger people. And there's a vaccine that contains 4 flu viruses. So there's a variety for each type of patient population.
So as a pharmacist, every year the pharmacy world, maybe the CDC, do they try and figure out, okay, this is going to be some of the predominant flus that we're going to see coming up this year, and they try and hit the mark as best they can? Is that pretty much how it works?
Oh yes, they've already probably started. They start in January to research which virus was the most devastating. And then they try to put it in a vaccine, and it comes out by August.
Okay. And it, obviously, for many people, it probably did the trick. It helped, but unfortunately for many, it didn't. Angeli is an owner of a pharmacy. What are some of the things that you folks do over there to be proactive when flu season comes around, or in general with the shingles vaccine and things like that?
Yeah, so we make sure that we actually have the virus, the flu vaccine in stock. As soon as it comes in August, we already are ready to give it out to anyone who is ready to get the vaccine. Getting it early, we always feel is a little bit better to be proactive. Yeah. We make sure that our entire staff is vaccinated so that they're not actually spreading the vaccine to each other or to any patients that come in. We have hand sanitizer stations around our entire store, so you know you have the ability to constantly make sure your hands are sanitized, and then if you need to go into the restroom to wash your hands, we do recommend that too. So it's just being proactive and making sure you're not spreading any germs or any bacteria that you may have on you at the time.
Now, one of the things that we see more and more of are people wearing masks when they get sick. I think years ago you would see you know, travel logs and things like that, especially in Japan and places like that. That's been normal for them for probably decades. But here, it's now becoming a little bit more used, and I think it's a really good thing. I know my wife and my mother-in-law, they're taking a trip up to the Bay Area coming up this week, and especially for my mother-in-law, who has a few things going on and more would be more susceptible. They went out and they bought the masks.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I recommend that for travel, since the flu virus is transmitted through coughing, sneezing. Did you know the flu virus lives for 8 hours? So no matter how often you wash your hands, that flu virus, you know, can live, and we can transmit it that way.
And is that generally how it's spread?
Yes, through
just
droplets.
It's airborne.
Yeah, so that's why the mask.
Yeah, that's why the mask is important. Okay, let's say whether or not you got the vaccine or not, what are some of the symptoms of the flu that right away that you should be aware of? Because I know that unlike a cold can come on very slowly over a couple, 3-4 days.
Yes.
But the flu, you can feel relatively fine in the morning, and by the afternoon, you're just like wiped out.
That is one of the symptoms of the flu, is the abruptness of it. Fever, body aches. Sometimes you get cough, sometimes you get diarrhea.
Yeah.
So it is different from the cold or the cold.
Yeah.
And really, you should get to the doctor if you have a high fever, because Tamiflu, which is the medication used to treat it, can only be used within the first couple of days of the symptoms.
Okay. And if you go to, if someone came in to see you and they felt they had the flu that's coming on, first, they need to see your primary first. You can't just hand out Tamiflu. It's not over-the-counter product.
It is a prescription medication.
Okay. So you've got to quickly call your primary care provider.
Yes.
And hopefully, in a season that we're having now, they're proactive enough to say, yeah, come in right away.
Yes.
I can remember several years ago, I forget how long ago it was, there was a pretty strong strain going around. There wasn't really a lot of deaths involved with it. So you'd go to see your doctor and they were like, oh, you don't really need it. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I think this season's a little different.
Now remember, it also depends on what disease states you already have.
That's true, yeah.
So if you're a person that has diabetes, congestive heart failure, immune compromised system, now those are the people you want to help the quickest.
Okay, let's go back to the vaccine. If you did not have the vaccine yet, is it too late to get it?
No.
Okay.
So the CDC recommends to get the vaccine, even though in our area they're saying reports of the flu cases have decreased. I've also heard that there may be a second round because there is more than one virus going around. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But remember, the flu vaccine takes 2 weeks to work after you get it, so it's not instant.
And there's always that myth that if you take the flu vaccine, you can get the flu.
That's not correct, because the flu virus is a dead flu virus. I like to describe it that way. It should not cause the flu.
All right, very good. Well, these folks are right down the street, El Toro Pharmacy. It is over there in Moulton Plaza, and really great location, great people. I mean, really, I've met you before. I just met Angela before. Really nice people. Thank you for coming on, and I know we're gonna start to see you a little more often, right?
Yes.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
And remember, El Toro Pharmacy, right over Molten Plaza. If you're not sure where that is, you know where Polly's Pies is, and it's just right across the parking lot from there, right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. We'll be right back.
We love to show people that our sight loss won't hold us back. Thanks to free classes at Braille Institute, we're returning to the things we love. We're connecting with the world using today's technology. And we're learning to get back in the game. Thanks to Braille Institute, it's about what we can do, not what we can't.
Get information about free programs available from Braille Institute Anaheim, or learn about our new center in South Orange County by calling 1-800-BRAILLE or visit brailleinstitute.org.
Welcome back. I have Jeff Purser, who's the Executive Director of Hogue Charity Sports, and we're talking to him about the Toshiba Classic here at the beautiful Newport Beach Country Club. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
This is so beautiful, all the new construction.
It's amazing, isn't it? Quite a difference from a couple of years ago.
Absolutely. When we walked up, it's so nice.
Yeah, we constantly get from the tour players that this is without question the best clubhouse that they visit each year. So it's nice to have the event in a place like this.
Tell me a little bit about the Toshiba Classic and being here at the Newport Beach Country Club.
Yeah, so the Toshiba Classic has been here for 22 years, although it's 20th year that Hogue Hospital has been the host and operator of it. It's one of the great stops on tour. It's a little different than a lot of modern new golf courses. An old style traditional Parklands golf that's been around a long time. Players love it. The atmosphere is great. Again, look how beautiful this place is. Yeah. So it's become a great popular stop on the PGA Champions Tour. We get the best field of the year because of it, and so it's going to be a great year this year too.
Okay, good. And I know that we're hearing some construction in the background, so you guys are setting up, right?
Yeah, it takes about 6 weeks to set up.
Okay.
And I tell people that we're not all that different than a team operation, major league team. We work year-round to operate the event. Our season's 9 days instead of 6 months.
Right.
And we have to construct an entire stadium every year.
Right.
And so that's a big process.
It is, and I mean, looking around, they sure have an awful lot to put together.
We do. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of square feet that we have to construct in tents and flooring.
Yeah.
But our structures for hospitality, they include heating, air conditioning, cable service, televisions. We're putting up special suites for all the customers and sponsors, and that takes a long time. It's a big process.
We're going to talk a little bit about some of those specialties later on in our discussion.
Yeah.
So obviously there's some charities involved, and Hogue Hospital is a big part of that. Tell me about them.
So Hogue Hospital, again, the host and operator, and so the vast majority of what we raise from the net proceeds from the tournament benefit Hogue. And the last several years we've benefited the Mary and Dick Allen Diabetes Center at Hogue. We've benefited the Hogue Heart and Vascular Institute, the Hogue Cancer Institute, the Hogue Women's Health Institute in years past. It just depends on where the funds are needed in the hospital at that time. But in our 20 years, again, including this year, we've raised well over $20 million for charity, and the vast majority have gone to Hogue. So we're proud of that. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And how do your funds get distributed? So is that from sponsorship? Is it from attendance?
Yeah. The majority of our income, our funding comes from sponsorships, corporate sponsorships, doing everything from entertaining, pro-ams, promotion and advertising, those kind of things. Ticket sales are a nice piece of it, a little bit extra. Food and beverage sales, those kind of things. So it really is corporate funded, although it's a public event. And hopefully we'll have about 80,000 people out here over the 3-day period or 5-day period attending the event and enjoying the golf. So.
I'm sure they will. It sounds like you have a good lineup too.
Yeah,
Let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned obviously you need a lot of people to put this thing together.
Yeah.
So talk about your volunteers. How does that work?
Yeah. Volunteers are essential on a PGA Tour event. And it goes back years and years and years. That's how these things were built way back when the tour was starting. we'll have about 750 volunteers in total. We've got probably about 40 committees. Those committees are run by committee chairs who work, if not year-round, close to year-round, helping us organize, contact the volunteers, get their schedules to them, and manage them on site. And then, I would say probably close to 25,000 total hours of time are committed to us by those volunteers. So it's crucial, and we've got a great group of volunteers, great leaders that have helped us do that, and so we're grateful to them, obviously.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about the volunteers that you just mentioned. How do you get involved? I often see older folks doing it. So.
Yeah. Well, again, we need about 750 volunteers, so we reach across a broad spectrum of avenues to try and find those volunteers. And it's real easy to get involved. You can register online to volunteer and kind of pick your committee. We do have quite a few retirees. They have the time to give, and it's of interest to them. They stay active, and it's a fun time. They're out here with friends, enjoying the time. They get food and beverage and tickets and all that kind of stuff. So it's a neat week for them. We have a lot of people who have done it for many, many years, and they look forward to it every year.
So golfers out there, you guys can be really close to some of these professionals when you're out on the course volunteering.
Well, they're the closest to them.
That's right.
So it's we call it the best seat in the house. And there's really some neat committees. Everyone knows the marshals where they're saying quiet, please don't go there, but you could walk inside the ropes and score for them. You can carry the standards. You could help us with admissions. There's many, many roles, and they're all fun and enjoyable. And so we always need help.
I like it.
Yeah.
So there's tons of things to do. You have special events. Tell me about some of those.
Yeah, we have a lot of special events. The one that is a big focus for us now is our Military Appreciation Day, and we've got some great sponsors, including Microsemi and many others in the community. It's a day where we honor the people that have served or currently serve. We offer 4 free tickets for anybody that is part of the military. Come to the gate. You can register online as well at our website. And then we also provide food and beverage for them for the day. So it's just a way to thank them for their service. We also have some sponsors for that day, and we'll give money to some of our military causes, including Open Hearts for Purple Hearts, the 1-1 Foundation here in Newport Beach, and a few others. So we talked about charity earlier, and the vast majority of the funding goes to Hogue in terms of the profits. But we carve out some money for some secondary charities, and military is a big cause of ours now as well.
Great. I think that's super. And what about other days? Like you have student days?
Yeah, we do. We have student day on Sunday. So normally during the week, 11 and under, kids 11 and under get in for free. And then on the final round Sunday, which that's when you most want to come, we have extended that to be our Student Appreciation Day, and that's 18 and under get in for free.
Okay.
And so we're love to have as many kids out here as we can. There's putting contests and games for them to participate in, and we think it's a great time for grandparents to come out with their grandkids too if they're golf fans.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
How many girls do you see out here in terms of students? Do you see a lot of girls now?
We're seeing more.
Okay.
We're seeing more. Yeah. It's a men's golf tournament, so it might be a little more skewed men, but over the last 20 or 30 years, culture in America's changed, and we have a lot of females that participate in sports, and we love seeing that. So we're seeing more and more of it. Yeah.
I think it's good sometimes for them to see just some of the differences, because sometimes the guys might hit harder than the girls, or different techniques.
Yeah, well, most golfers don't hit like the guys on tour. They hit like the LPGA players, and they can learn a lot more from them than the guys. So I wish I could get my daughter to play, but she's all about soccer.
All about soccer. Well, that's all right.
That's
she can do golf for fun on the side.
Absolutely.
Talk about a partner of yours, Blue Shield of California.
Yeah, Blue Shield of California is a new partner of ours. They have some great programs for us, including they're partnering with Hogue to provide the Blue Shield Hogue Health Village right at the main gate, where people can learn about some of the healthcare opportunities and services at Hogue Hospital. And then Blue Shield has kind of a fun thing that they're doing where you can take professional pictures for either literally your work and passports and those kind of things, or just for fun. So it's a neat thing that they're doing. But they also, right there at the 9th green, have a senior section bleacher that they sponsored, only for seniors. Okay. So a great opportunity to get out of the sun, because those are shaded. And the 9th hole, we finished playing on the 9th hole as well as the 18th. So it's a great spot right by the main gate. Don't have to walk very far either. And right by the Coca-Cola zone, which is all the food and beverage. So it's a great spot for that. And they're also sponsoring the shaded bleachers on the 18th green as well. So keep people out of the sun and safe.
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, that sounds like there's an awful lot to do, not just watching the golfers, but there's other things you can participate in.
Yeah, we have the Pau Maui Hawaiian Village down between 10 and 18, and we're roasting a pig each day. So
Are you really?
A Hawaiian theme.
Wow,
absolutely.
I like
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that there was vodka that was made in Hawaii.
I didn't either till we met them.
That's great.
But it's actually very good.
Let's talk about some of the details. Parking, shuttles. Tell me about how that works.
Yeah, the best part about being here at Newport Beach Country Club is that we have parking in close proximity. You can go to a lot of events where you have a long shuttle ride, but everything's within a couple of minutes. So we park down at the dunes. That's an official lot. And then on the weekend, we have parking all along Fashion Island Mall. Just a short little shuttle ride down, a minute or two, right to the front gate, and it's very, very convenient. So when people come down to the Fashion Island, Newport Beach area, they'll see parking signs all over the place. It is on our website, like you mentioned, but it's convenient and easy for everyone.
So how many players do you have coming out, and tell me who they are?
Yeah, so we have 78 players that play on the Champions Tour event, and we're pretty excited because we have all of the top players that are eligible to play. Fred Couples, of course, making a return. Bernhard Longer, Player of the Year, seems like 10 years in a row. John Daly will be back. He's always popular. Everyone loves to see Daly. We're excited because Tom Watson just committed. And Tom, obviously one of the great players of all time, World Golf Hall of Famer. We have a lot of new players coming out that we're excited about too. Jose Maria Lothebal and Miguel Angel Jimenez, great Ryder Cup players from Spain. David Toms, Jerry Kelly. We're hopeful Steve Stricker will be making it, so a lot of rookies coming out. So a lot of great names along with some of the ones we've known for a long time and have played here many years. So.
I saw Freddie Couples out at La Costa many years ago, so I'm really excited to see him out here.
So is everybody.
Yeah,
so, yeah
he's a big draw.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest draws and really in history. So and he lives right here, and this is one of his favorite events. Of course, he's won twice, so we're looking forward to having him back.
And then John, he just hits the heck out of that ball.
John is such a naturally gifted golfer, and he drove the first green all 3 days last year. He played really well. He won in Houston, his first event just last spring, so we're hopeful he plays well here, and we're looking forward to having him too.
Some very exciting players.
And John Daly is actually going to do a concert out on the 17th green with a friend of his, wrapping up the Military Day on Saturday.
Oh.
So he plays guitar and sings. That's one of the things he loves in life. So anybody that wants to stick around after play, immediately after play on Saturday, we'll have the concert on the 17th green. We call it Party on the Pond with John Daly.
I like that.
That's where you could have some Pau Maui vodka.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. Pau Maui vodka and John Daly playing the guitar.
It's as good as it gets.
Nice, I'll say.
Yeah.
In Newport, nonetheless.
There you go.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I really appreciate all the information.
Thanks for having us again.
And we're looking forward to coming out to the Toshiba Classic.
Very good. I hope everyone from Laguna Woods comes and joins us.
If you have any questions or need additional details, you can go to toshibaclassic.com. And we'll be right back after this.
Did you know you can get up to 11% on your money? That's right, 11%. And your investment will be secured by real estate. Would you like to receive a check each month? Would you like to earn up to 11% secure? Would you like consistent returns knowing each month what to expect in your mailbox? Well, American Mortgage Fund is now offering up to 11%, paid monthly. 11% secured by real estate with American Mortgage Fund. It's a great way to earn high monthly returns. Call 1-800-359-1111.
Well, if you would like to become a wonderful gardener and grow all the wonderful flowers and plants we have here, it's easy to do because we have a garden club right here in Laguna Woods Village. And today we have a couple guests from that garden club. We have Nancy Field, who she's been on before, and we also like to welcome Renata Guarano. Did I pronounce that right?
That's right.
And what's really great about what you folks do is you add beauty to the village, and you do that with your fantastic club and all the people that get involved. And one of the things that we're going to talk about, we got an event you're going to come up with, you're doing next week, but you're really here to talk about the annual garden show that's about 2 months from now, right, Nancy?
Exactly, and that's why we'd like to get people planning on what they can put together to bring to the garden show, because the unique thing about our program is that it's open to the entire community. And if you're a lover of house plants or outdoor plants, succulents, whatever, we'd like to have you bring a display to show at the garden show.
Yeah, and now's the time to start thinking about that.
Exactly.
Because you can't just grow them overnight. Renata, let me ask you something. A lot of people here have garden plots, but some don't. They might be their patio or balcony, and maybe they think, well, there's not much we can do there, but they really can, right?
I have a patio too, and believe it or not, I have 92 pots.
Wow.
On my garden. And I have a lemon tree too in my pot, and that lemon tree had 16 lemons on it.
Wow. So like you keep it like a little dwarf lemon tree.
Yes,
wow.
yes. So there is a lot of stuff that you can do.
Yeah, all you got to do is have a little imagination, right?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And then in front of the patio, there is another little piece of thing, and I have the all drought-resistant plant material. So if you pass by my area, that's what I do.
So you have a lot of succulents and that type of thing.
Yeah, not this. Oh, and I don't know if I should mention that, but there are some rats too.
That's too. That's a different show.
Yes. No, I know the feeling in my yard where I live. So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
We got some beautiful flowers and plants and
apple blossom.
An apple blossom. Now, is that, I asked you when you brought that, is that an actual apple tree, or you just cut the branch off?
These are a couple branches from an apple tree. And you can get these at a florist, for example. But we brought things that come and look good in a home to show today. And next month, we hope to show things that are good for growing outdoors that can be brought to the show. So you can take branches off of a lemon tree, any kind of fruit tree, anything that's blooming perhaps, and make it look decorative in your entryway at home.
I never thought about that, because I would worry that, especially when it's blooming, if you have an apple tree, that it would hurt the tree. Because usually, you have certain times of the year you prune things.
Exactly. And for example, the violet that I brought today, I'm talking to it every day so that by the time April comes around, it'll be fully in bloom.
Now, I asked Nancy, because I said, is that a begonia? She goes, no, it's a violet. And I go, why isn't it violet? It's pink. But violets come in different colors.
They do.
Okay.
Mostly pinks, purple, and white.
Okay.
Yeah. And then down here,
it's
the end of my reblooming orchid plant.
There you go.
And I just cut off the tip and put it in water, and it's still an attractive...
What an interesting way to display that.
Yes, an attractive indoor kind of plant that you can have.
Wow, and that'll last in there, especially if it's an orchid, a long time.
Yes.
Wow.
And
that's beautiful. I like it. It's so simple, too.
Very simple.
Okay,
yes.
and then how about this one here?
That's a cyclamen. And that is something for cooler days for California. That will last forever. And I meant that if you do select the cyclamen, what you need to look is under the skirt of the cyclamen. Because that's where you find all the blossoms up here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I see.
Here, right underneath.
I do.
Right underneath.
Here.
It's all full.
Oh, look at that. They're hiding.
Yeah, they're all hiding. And if you purchase one, most people aren't able to grow them up here. That's what you need to do. Don't look at these here, but look what's coming in, because that's going to be in your house. That you
Is that with all plants or just this kind?
No, that's only
just this one. Okay.
So lift that up. I was always taught. I remember when I was a little boy, don't lift up skirts. But okay. Hey, I have a question about these. Don't you see these quite often in? I'm probably wrong, but in red as well around the holidays.
You see them in red. I was working in Switzerland too, and you have all sorts of colors. You have pink and white and red, different shades of reds. Beautiful, beautiful plants.
Yeah, they really are.
Bring them
but
here.
they last a long time.
And they last a long time, except they do not like heat. If it's too hot, if it's too hot, they don't. But otherwise, if it's cool like we have it right now, they will last for a long, long time.
Would they be an outdoor plant because they don't like in the winter? People are going to have their heater on in their house. Would it be too warm for them?
It might be. You might have to put it right on the windowsill.
Okay.
But Rogers has them outside too.
Okay.
So I mean. But the frosty days that we have right now, I'm not so sure if that
we've had some frost
some.
warnings.
Mm-hmm,
okay,
yeah.
I mentioned that the other day, and if you have certain things outside, maybe overnight you can put some little loose cloth over it like that, that garden cloth, and then make sure you take it off because even though it's cool outside, when the sun comes out, that sun will bake it if you put something, keep it covered, right?
Right.
You don't want that to happen.
No, you don't. For one thing, some people cover it with plastic, and that's a no-no.
Right
there
you got to
and
let
then.
it breathe, yeah. So I recommend, I know what I've done in the past, you buy that shade cloth over at Home Depot. Really inexpensive, it's perforated. You just kind of loosely put it over and then take it off. Okay.
Easy to work with.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk a little bit about the show that you have coming up?
Well, we have some excitement this year. We're expanding. Indoors, we'll continue to have the rows and rows of plants and garden-related items. We are expanding to the outdoor patio and the gazebo.
Oh, nice.
So we will have local residential exhibits from people who make pottery or have plants that they want to sell.
And if they wanted them to be displayed, where do they drop them off?
Oh, that's the nice thing. You don't even have to get out of your car.
Oh, great.
You just pull up to Clubhouse 1.
Fantastic.
And we have carts and people who will take the plants from you with your name and what kind of plant it is, and we put it on the table for display.
Very good.
That's
and I want to
great.
mention, before then, we have on the screen here, because you have events every month, coming up on is it next week, the 28th? Yeah, next
28th,
Wednesday.
right.
Living Garden Art, and that's going to be at Clubhouse 1. And what a great way, if you're not involved with this, but you'd like to get involved with the show that's coming up in a couple months, this is a way to get started, to go see this, and it's going to be an orchid specialist and master gardener.
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, let me ask you about, I've gone to when you folks have had the garden show in the past, and people will actually bring fruit trees, little fruit trees, and that's part of it. They have them all beautifully pruned and sculpted, and it's great. So people can do that as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. Any indoor or outdoor plants.
Yeah.
Succulents are going to be very popular again this year. And succulent arrangements, fairy gardens, things that are more long-lasting and don't need a lot of water.
Renata, explain that, a fairy garden.
Oh, a fairy garden, that's something a little complicated, and it's not quite everybody's thing. But it's a very small place with very small furniture and very small plants, and you arrange them the way you like them. And if you don't like your present arrangement, you can do the whole thing all over again in a different fashion.
I had one of those that someone gave me, in fact, someone who came on the show, and I brought it home, and it was on our windowsill for a long time, and immediately it got overgrown. And so we took it outside, and right now it's still in our garden, and my daughter got all the little pieces and set it up and put something in there. So it's still kind of living on. It's been changed, but I know exactly what you're talking about. You can borrow the little pieces and things.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be very involved.
Very involved, yes. But children love it. You know, it's their first garden, it's their garden.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to get them started because you can put little herbs and things like that in there.
Right.
What about bonsai? Do people display bonsai at your garden club
We will
as
get
well?
one or two.
Okay.
There used to be a bonsai club here.
Yeah, there did.
And I guess there wasn't enough participation, but you will see one or two.
Okay, because I remember years ago first coming to your show, and a long time ago, and I saw a lot of them, but I guess it's it's not around as much.
There was a whole club devoted to that. Unfortunately, not any longer.
Yeah, and coming up also when you for the garden club, for the garden show on the 25th of April, you're going to have a raffle as well, and people can join in on that. And where is, as far as the raffle go, what kind of prizes are you giving away?
These are all plants.
Okay.
You're not surprised, right?
No, I'm not surprised. Ones that are on display?
No, these will be plants that are brought in especially for the raffle.
Okay.
And usually at least 10 of them. And we sell raffle tickets for that drawing.
Okay, all right. So this is going to be, again, April 25th. And if people would like to get involved, you can, you know, my suggestion is first go to your show coming up next week on the 28th.
Right.
But if you go online and you go to our website and go to the club pages and go to the Garden Club, you have your own website there. They can click on and get all the information, right? Yeah, all right, very good. Now, speaking of plants, you got to have decent weather. Maybe we'll get a little rain. We'll see about that. I'm not quite sure. I'm hoping you can look outside today. We've got some partly cloudy skies, and this is a little system that's coming down. And there is a chance tomorrow of evening rain. I want to say about 20% of light rain, maybe spilling over to Friday to about a 10%. Then we're going to clear up for the weekend and just be in the mid-60s. Then looking way ahead into next week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, a chance of a little bit more rain, but it's just a chance at this point. We'll see. I know the gardeners are saying, please, please. Around Orange County today, we're going to be in the upper 50s to maybe low 60s, give or take. And a Big Bear up there, 31 degrees. Might be kind of hard to grow some stuff up there, but I'm sure you can. There's certain plants. Broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Love the snow, right? There you go. You can grow that. And they're beautiful when they grow as well. Hey, ladies, thank you very much for going.
Before we go, I want to tell you that our garden club, how many numbers do we have? Oh, it's over 100 people.
Wow.
That's over 100 people. So I mean,
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
All right. Well, remember that show is April 25th, but if you want to go to their event next week, at Clubhouse 1 on the 28th, 2 o'clock next Wednesday. Who's coming up tomorrow?
And then tomorrow we have Ernesto Munoz, who's doing our VMS Director Report. And then we have Jennifer Carmarker here with the Globe highlights. Leslie Gibola, is that how you pronounce her name?
Yes, yep.
Adapt to it. And then we have Steve Carman and Philip Mainland, or Medland, International Inventors Foundation.
Yeah, and
that is a NASA thing, right?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Awesome.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you.